Okay, chapter 15. We're going to quickly have a look at things that plug into the Steemit blockchain. Now, there's lots of different web services that you can connect to via the Steemit blockchain, but there's only a few that I know of that you can do that via your mobile, and I think that's going to be one of the big areas in the next 6 months that Steem really needs to address. And it was one of the things they mentioned at Steamfest 2 this year, that they are releasing a wallet in December for both iOS and Android. And I think that's going to be a big plus because most people who are used to the mobile phone life, they live their digital life through their mobile phone, through Facebook and Twitter and all of the different social networks. It makes sense to have a wallet or some kind of balance in an application on their phone. So they might not be writers, they may be readers, they may be stalkers. But having a wallet, having some funds in there, I would have thought would be one way for people to get into the Steemit ecosystem, by having a balance of Steem in there and being able to physically see that they've got a value of it. And for us as Steemians who've been on the platform for a year or more, then obviously being able to get to your balances, being able to send and transfer that kind of puts it into your day-to-day kind of lifestyle of, oh, I'll send you some Steem, or maybe you're going to work with somebody. Or if we were at the conference this year at Steamfest 2, maybe somebody could have sent me some Steem, or I could have sent them some Steem as a tip or a donation or something. And having an app as well on your phone, really nice to be able to get notifications when you receive or send or transfer or do a power down, which I'm presuming is one of the features that will be in that wallet. So that's coming out in December 2017 if you're watching this before or after, or if you're just time traveling, that's fine, that works too. All right, so the first app I want to tell you about, because there's only a few right now, and there's probably a couple I've missed, and if I have missed some and you are an existing Steemian, do tell me in the comments of the post of this episode. And if you are just a content creator coming across, don't be scared the fact that there isn't a lot of apps for the Steemit blockchain. Remember, the Steemit blockchain is only 20 months old, and it's actually one of the fastest, if not the fastest, blockchain in the world right now, as of today, of November 2017. And so ramping up the scalability of it, making sure it's stable, making sure they can thwart DOS attacks, that's been high on their agenda. Getting all these additional apps and stuff is starting to slowly roll out now, and they're bringing more developers to the platform as well, with other initiatives to be able to pay people to take part in developing this software. So first one I want to tell you about is obviously taking Steem with you on the go, and the best application for that right now is eSteem. For me, it's a little bit confusing in some areas. I think it could be tidied up a little bit nicer. I would love to see something like busy.org, which is another way of connecting to the Steemit blockchain, do a mobile version. I think busy.org would make a really good mobile application. I've never tried busy.org on the mobile. I can imagine it looks kind of nice because it's a nicely formatted, kind of relevant to the standards that most people are used to when viewing a social media site. But eSteem is pretty close, and if you want to do some blogging on the go, if you are considering being a Steemian and want to write, you don't have to write daily, but obviously a lot of people do who are on there. This is one way of doing it, and it works very similar in the way that Facebook would work, I guess, in terms of the layout of the menus. Not as clean, as polished and exact as the Facebook mobile app, but that's because the mobile app has been iterated like 10, 15, 20 times in the last couple of years. But do give that a go. You can send earnings to it, earnings to other users. You can share your stories, pictures, thoughts, inspiration, travel tips, all that sort of stuff. And like some of these customer reviews down here, a little bit buggy, bit intuitive on the navigation. Kind of feels like somebody's gone, I need a mobile app, and we'll throw everything in there. And some of the menus, just the formatting of them scares me a little bit. And I think from a user experience, there could be a whole like they need to outreach to other people to kind of fix those bugs and errors up, if you like. The next one, which I had used, but then they got pulled from the store. If you actually go to the iTunes store, you get the item you requested is not currently available in the US store, but is available in the Belarusian store. So like if you live in Belarus, you're sorted to get Steepshot. I think the reason why it got pulled is because obviously Steemit with their blockchain and Bitcoin and cryptographic payments, Apple is probably just like literally said, nope, not doing that. You can't distribute it. Some kind of money component in the background going on here, and obviously that kind of flags up all kind of things to do with gambling and other weird stuff that Apple do in their world. walled garden to protect its users, and I kind of understand that. I'd rather have that than the method of free fall for anybody on the Android Google Play Store. All right, so steepshot.io, a platform that rewards people for sharing their lifestyle and visual experience. So basically what they're trying to do is build an Instagram for cryptography and use the Steemit blockchain to be able to pay you for those posts. And when I initially downloaded it, apart from it being buggy, because obviously it's version 1 and probably 1 or 2 people working on it, not a team of engineers, I think we've got really used to these apps just working and being efficient and, you know, good on battery and things like that. But that takes a long time. It takes a long time to make mobile applications efficient, fast, conservative on the battery. When you have a developer who's like throwing bits of code together from the developer pages over on Steam, you know, it's going to take a probably 5 or 10 iterations of this for it to be super solid and super good compared to something like Instagram. But bear in mind, every picture you've ever posted on Instagram, you've never been paid for. So you can download this from the App Store if you're in the Belarusian one. If you've already got it way before they submitted a new version of this and it got shut down, then you should still be able to use it. I think you can use this on Google Play on Android. I don't think there's a problem there because it doesn't have the extra checks. But one thing that they have done to make sure that people can still use this is you can actually use this on the web. And I've tried using this from a mobile phone as well. So if you go to alpha.steepshot.io, you can actually go in and create posts there. And the click to upload a picture actually works from your photo library on your mobile phone. It's a bit clunky and it's not mobile optimized. Won't take them long to optimize this, but you can upload a picture Instagram style to your account. I suggest you get up a separate account instead of just having pictures on one of your accounts, because if you're writing blog posts and then there's just a picture with no text, it kind of throws your blog feed out of whack. So I would suggest setting up a separate account. Just follow one of my episodes before this to set up another account. But those are the ones that connect to the Steemit blockchain. So bear this in mind, because this is a bit of a head cultural behavioral shift, is that, you know, the blockchain, when the websites like steemit.com occasionally go down or something falls over, the blockchain is still there. The blockchain is still running. It's still being synced across many different platforms around the world, many different servers around the world, and different applications can connect into that blockchain to get your posts, your details, your other people's upvotes, and your balances. So this is going to be a rapidly expanded on area in the next 6 to 12 months, especially now that people are getting paid for their work on open source, which they weren't before. Yeah, that's it. I wanted to just tell you a few little apps that if you're definitely just a mobile user, don't have a laptop, you can still do Steem, you can still post on Steem, you can still upvote, you can still follow along using these applications.